Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 9.3.5 final part that is going to be the Mutant Gate. The defenders are going to be Daredevil, Adam Warlock, She-Hulk, Nick Fury, Vision Arkus, and at the end we need a Killmonger, but remember to bring a good counter for him. The bosses for 9.3.5 are going to be Leader, Super Skrull, and Silver Sable, and we're going to attempt the toughest boss so far that I've faced, that is going to be Silver Sable. Now for the boost and masteries, if you're using 7-star rank 3, rank 4 champions, you won't need them, but if you are using lower rank champions, use some boosts. And yes, you will require the relics. They are helpful, to be honest. In general, you don't really need them for the nodes, but I would say just bring them. Now for the counters, your first are going to be your mutant champions with passive stuns. They're going to work super well. You can also bring in champions that have active prowess buffs that I'll explain you later during the fights. And also you can use any champion with either a Vax pre-fight or an Odin pre-fight on top of them. And for the cosmic champions, you can use mystic champions with buffs also. So let's jump into the path and discuss the nodes. Now the first fight is going to be against the Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. Now the main node you need to take care about is roll with the punches. Now each time a defender will receive a stun debuff, they are going to reduce the duration of the further stuns by 20%. Unless you have an active buff or prowess on you, active or passive, when the stun is inflicted. So you can use most of your mutant champion because either they have prowesses on them, or in case of your Storm, she has both. She has prowesses also, and she can also passively stun the opponents. So she is going to be one of your best options for the path. Now, once that is out of the way, let's talk about the skirt charges. Every 5 skirt charges the defender will gain, they'll get the cleanse passive on them, and once they get to 10, you can remove those with using a special attack in their dash. Now I know it's a little bit clunky, but if you have a special attack ready, create a distance and stay back and let them just dash in and you use your special. It will take a little bit of getting used to, but you can get it done quite easily. And yeah, that's about it. The skirt charges are super easy to deal with, and once you have your prowess and your buff champions, you should be good for this path. The only thing I would suggest though is to use your Vax pre-fight if you don't have champions that can passively stun. So for example, if you're going to use a Professor X, or if you're going to use somebody like Cyclops Blue, then use a Vax pre-fight. Now speaking of Vax pre-fight, here is an example. I'm going to use a Kushala against Adam Warlock. Now Kushala does not have any active buffs. I've brought her in because she can easily apply Soul Barb on Adam Warlock and she can deal that damage. So to supplement that, I'm gonna use a Vax pre-fight here. So I don't need to worry about the cleanse, I don't need to worry about the stuns and all of that. Remember though, look at the yellow buff underneath Adam Warlock's health bar. That is going to be Sovereignty buff. So when that is up, he is going to be immune to Nullify. So be careful about that. I think the safest way is to just throw your SP2s and you should be good against Adam Warlock. You can also use your mutant champions, all of them work, but I preferred Kushala here because she takes out Adam Warlock quite easy, and also she can block unblockable specials, kind of like Wiccan as well. So you can use Wiccan with pre-fights, with Vax pre-fight also. Another thing you can do is you can use Odin pre-fight also, but if you use an Odin pre-fight, the problem is the cleanse. You will have to run out the cleanse, because with the cleanse, the stun will be shrugged off even if you have buffs. So you have to be careful about that. So if you're using an Odin pre-fight, wait for the cleanse to finish. And if you're not, if you're using Vags, then you don't have to worry about the cleanse. So I would even suggest you run double Vags. There are 6 fights, so use Vags on every fight. Then you should be able to get through all of them quite comfortably in the end. This is the longest fight time in this one because I brought in a Kushala for this one, but that's okay. I'm just going to spam my special 2s, and the Soul Barb is going to do the remaining. Just dex the SP1 and you should be good. There we go. There's a SP1 coming in. Unfortunately, he had a stasis pod there, so the Soul Barb did not activate, so I have to redo that. So I have to just stay back. He's just healing up. So yeah, that can be a bit annoying to deal with. If you have somebody with burst damage, like for example, if you have a Storm, a big SP2 can bypass all of that. But that's okay. We're just going to stick with Kushala and apply some of those incinerates because the sovereignty buff is not up there, into a striker. That's why strikers are going to be important. And there you go. Adam Warlock is down. And we're going to move on to the next fight. That is going to be your She-Hulk. Now, this is just an anomaly. I like playing Okoye. She is rank 4 Sig 200 champion for me, so I like bringing her in. All I'm trying to do is let She-Hulk throw that specials and I go back in. Because of too many hits, the defender gains a lot of power, so I am not stunning much. And I am trying to use I'm trying to push her to special 1 and special 2. But then again, I did not forget to use Wax pre-fight here. Once you have Wax pre-fight, honestly, you can use any champion. I just brought in OK for this one fight just for the class advantage as to finish off the fight faster. And I think it's barely a 40 second fight and he is dead. Now next up is going to be a Nick Fury, and I would definitely suggest you to bring a mutant champion that can passively stun, because there's a lot to look after in this fight. Not only that he can shrug off your stuns, but then also if he goes unblockable, that's going to be a problem as well. So if you bring in a mutant champion, you can parry and remove those charges from him, and then using a mutant champion also avoids giving any charges to Nick Fury and then giving him all that extra power. So I've just used a storm here, just waiting for the SP2, and then I'm going to use mine as well. The passive stun, so if I don't have prowess, I don't have to worry about roll with the punches, because even if he shrugs off the stun, I am able to passively stun him, so that works out for me. And if when I have prowess, I don't have to worry about the shrugging off, and even if he cleanse off the stun, it's all good. I don't have to like really care about, okay, if he's going to be attacking me and cleansing off the stun. All of that works out if you use a storm. So just pushing him to an SP2. I've got 22 prowess on me. I'm going to use my strikers here to just refresh those prowesses, and I'm going to wait for 10 of those cleanse charges to build up while I get to an SP2. So now I'm going to wait for his special attack and 10 skirt charges, and when he dashes into me, I'm just going to use my SP2. So I'm going to dash back, hold on, and wait for him to dash in. There you go. Big SP2, the charges are eradicated. He takes burst damage out of them, and you also kill him off. Now this is another example of a cosmic champion on this path. You can use mutants, but I would say bring some mystic champions that can control kind of Vision Arkus with the Wax pre-fight, and you should be good. I've used a Wax pre-fight here, and then the rest is pretty simple. I'm just going to use my SP1 and SP2 rotation to have that Soul Barb and also the Nullify activated so I can deal damage. So there you go. Already look at that, 6,000 per tick. So Kushala is just amazing, and remember these defenders have like really big HPs, so that damage is really good. And also she can block unblockables, and I don't have to worry about Vision Arkus just shrugging off my stun with his own ability as well. So Wax pre-fight is essential. Once you have Wax pre-fight, you can use any champion. Well, he kind of intercepted me there. He did not jump in, but it was a very quick fight, and that's why it's good to bring in mystic champions with buffs, or you can use Wax pre-fight and you can get through them quite comfortably in the end. And before we know it, we have brought down Vision Arkus. Now the final fight is going to be your Killmonger, and you definitely need a counter for this fight, because Killmonger on his own is pretty annoying. With all of these buffs, he would be like really horrendous to deal with. Now I've brought in a Negasonic. She is an amazing counter because she has her own passive stun, so I don't need to worry about roll with the punches. And on top of it, all of her abilities, all of her attacks are going to be energy, so they're not going to be reflected back by Killmonger. So all I need to do is get all of those incinerates up on Killmonger and just keep refreshing them with my SP1, and every now and then I can use a heavy attack as well so he can take more damage. What I'm trying to do here is to always push him to an SP2. It's much easier to evade, and I don't have to worry about the unstoppable if I hit him in the block. So there are some other champions that I've given you. I think a champion that will really work well against Killmonger with all the prowesses and everything is going to be your North Star. I think he will be an amazing champion, especially when he can reliably armor break Killmonger as well. So if you have a North Star, he'll be a good option here. Anyways, I've given you some more options. It's all about making sure that you just keep pushing him to an SP2 and you have a reliable stun and you should be good. I've got 31 incinerates activated on him, and then here are some more, and before you know it, we can take down Killmonger. It's about bringing in the right champion. You definitely will need a counter. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, make sure you bring in the right counter and you should be able to take him down. This is probably the toughest boss that I've faced so far in 9.3. Now, the way she works is whenever you will knock her down, she will get a Spectre of Ailment, and the only time she can take full damage is when there's a heal block. So you will need champions that have easy access to heal block. Also, make sure that you remove willpower because you're gonna get a lot of debuffs, and because of the debuffs, your willpower will activate, and because of Spectre, you will lose health because your region will be reversed. So you just have to stay near Silver Sable when the heal or hide region is going to be activated. So every 12 seconds, there's going to be a region activated. Now, if you are near Silver Sable, the region will be activated on Silver Sable. But if you're far away from Silver Sable, it's going to be activated on you. And with all of those specters, you are going to take a lot of damage. Look at my health go. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. What I like to do is to use my heavy attacks to make sure the heal block is already there, so always there, so I don't have to worry about the protection. And also, whenever I use a heavy attack, that also gives a Spectre on both of us. And because I'm not having my heal willpower active, I don't need to worry about degening down with that Spectre region reversal. So that is going to be it. And this is going to be a tough boss, I'm telling you. So don't really get frustrated by it. It might cost you a couple of revive also. But the best way to deal with it is to bring your champions that have easy heal block. I think the best ones are going to be your tech champions because how easily that they are accessible. But remember guys, it requires heal block. It does not work with heal block effects. So if you bring in a Warlock here, he is not going to work. Let me put that out there. He is not going to work, guys. So make sure a proper heal block champion is there. I think another champion that will work super well here is going to be your Vision. Also, I think your regular Vision is also going to work because you'll be able to remove all the power from Silver Sable, so you can stay more near to her. So you can make sure that whenever the heal or hide region is going to be up, you are there nearby her, so the region is always activated on Silver Sable. And then you can use a heavy attack to kind of knock her down and keep the Spectre and also the heal block up. So yeah guys, that's about it for this fight. I hope it kind of helps you. If you have more questions about this fight, let me know in the comment section down below and I would be able to help you out. It is a tough boss, so ask him as many questions as you want. This is 9.3.5 done. I'll be back with 9.3.4 videos, and thank you for all the amazing support and all the amazing comments that you've given down the videos. I really appreciate it. I know MCOC is not in like a good state right now. I will do like a separate video on it, like what needs to be fixed and what we should as a community and what I think would be a middle ground for the game as well, in my opinion, because trust me, some of the stuff has been really frustrating. So I'll see you on the next videos guys, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye.